Another somewhat surprising theological statement from the head of the Catholic Church to report on. It now appears Pope Francis is open to the theories of evolution and the Big Bang. He told a Vatican audience that neither idea conflicts with the idea of creation. He also said, quote, "God is not a magician with a magic wand."
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Pope Francis is weighing in on the debate over creationism and intelligent design. The Pope says Darwin's Big Bang Theory and evolution don't go against the Church's stance, but instead encourage it. Some religious scholars say it's an idea the Church has always supported.
You look in terms of the Catholic intellectual tradition, we have never been opposed to science and to knowing. In our basic philosophy, we are taught that we are to know, love, and serve God. God gave us a mind to know God, and we do that through the scientific method.
Pope Francis made the announcement during a conference at the Vatican discussing the evolving concepts of nature.
Pope Francis is raising more eyebrows. He endorsed the Big Bang Theory at a recent Vatican assembly.
Action 7 News reporter Laura Train got reaction on what his new words could mean for the future of the Catholic Church.
The progressive and provocative Pope Francis has done it again. After saying, "Who am I to judge when it comes to gays in the church?" and telling fellow Catholics to have compassion for divorced Christians, the pontiff is now addressing evolution. At a Vatican assembly this week, he's reported to have said the Big Bang Theory is real and does not contradict the teachings of the Bible. Here in Albuquerque, San Felipe de Neri is a must-see for visiting Catholics. So we asked tourists what they thought about the Pope's recent comments.
Well, amen to the approval of evolution, yes.
Totally think that he's right.
Mary Meyer was raised a Catholic and went to Catholic schools. She says when she was younger, she was taught to fear the Lord. She likes the fact Pope Francis is more accepting.
So a lot of people that are my age, you know, it's so refreshing to be able to feel the love of the Lord.
A professor of sociology at the University of New Mexico is also weighing in. Robert Wood says the Pope's comments are not entirely new. In 1950, the Church declared it is not at odds with evolution. But he tells us it's clear the Pope is saying we should also stay up to date with modern understandings of sexuality, though that does not mean the Catholic Church will agree with everything modern culture says about sexuality. Laura Terrain, KOAT, Action 7 News.
We called the Archdiocese of Santa Fe for comment. We were told Pope Francis is simply restating that Catholic teaching is not at odds with evolution or with science in general.
History shows that the Catholic Church's relationship with science has often been a turbulent one. Now does not appear to be one of those troubled times, as Pope Francis recently declared that theories including the Big Bang and evolution support the creation beliefs of the Church. In his words, when we read about creation in Genesis, we run the risk of imagining God was a magician with a magic wand able to do everything. But that is not so. He created beings and let them develop according to the internal laws that he gave to each one so they would reach their fulfillment. Evolution, according to Pope Francis, is in perfect alignment with that plan because it requires the creation of beings that evolve, but also noting God gives human beings a different sort of autonomy from that of nature, which is freedom. He's not the first Catholic leader to welcome such science into the Church's ideology. Before him, both Popes Pius XII and John Paul II made room in the religion for the acceptance of evolution. Concerning the current Pope's words of endorsement, the president of Italy's National Institute for Astrophysics called them significant.
Pope Francis is bridging the gap between church and science this morning. The leader of the Catholic Church faces mixed reaction for controversial comments on evolution. Alan Pizzi is in Rome, where the Pope defended the Big Bang Theory. Alan, good morning.
Good morning. Well, fresh from having taken on conservatives at the Synod of Bishops, Pope Francis sided with science over dogma in an event at the Vatican's Pontifical Academy of Sciences. In a direct contradiction of the beliefs of creationists, Francis said that when we read about creation in Genesis, the first book of the Bible, we run the risk of imagining God was a magician with a magic wand able to do everything, but that is not so. And he heartily condoned the Big Bang theory that today is considered to be the origin of the universe. The Big Bang does not contradict the creative intervention of God, the Pope said. On the contrary, it requires it. 5 centuries ago, Galileo Galilei could have used Pope Francis. The Church branded the astronomer a heretic for arguing that the Earth revolved around the Sun. How times change. Pope Pius XII described evolution as a valid scientific approach to the development of humans, and Pope John Paul II went further and suggested evolution was more than a hypothesis and effectively proven fact. Even the conservative former Pope Benedict XVI said scientific theories on the origin and development of the universe and humans did not conflict with faith, although he said they left many questions unanswered. The Church reconciliation with science and evolution isn't revolutionary in the view of Professor Chester Gillis of Georgetown University.
Science is designed to tell you the how of how the universe works. Religion is designed to tell you why. Why is there a universe? Why is there anything rather than nothing? And what is the ultimate destination of that?
Given his job description, Pope Francis probably has the answers to those questions. But interestingly, he's not insisting that you have to take only his word for it. Jeff?
Alan, thank you very much.